steadily it rises. Public preference for Lincoln Continental as the symbol for today's luxury motoring.
Hey, it's Jason ODB. We're going to take a look at Dial of Destiny, which is the new official title for Indiana Jones. I guess you could say Indiana Jones 5. And what you see here is just a couple of screenshots and screen grabs I had saved back in August. So about 2.5 months ago. These came from, you'll be able to see it here in a second when I go into the full mode, an Indiana Jones nerd kind of fan page on YouTube. But I know you're thinking, hey, what does this have to do with Lincoln's? Well, if you look in the middle of the screen, what we see here is based upon the time frame of where this movie's taking place. We're basically in the mid to late 60s, right? So again, I had posted these through our Lincoln Addict social media, and I just wanted to call out, we're going to zip through the official trailer here in just a second, but what was intriguing to me, being an Indiana Jones fan and then watching some and seeing all of these behind-the-scenes photos and footage over the production of the film, I, with a keen eye, of course, saw that there was a 64, but there's also a 65 convertible that we'll see here in just a minute, which you can actually kind of see right here. You would think with some of these leaked photos or, photos that folks had shared through social media, when I saw this, I was like, oh, wow, cool 64, and looks like a sedan. But in other scenes, again, these are screen grabs here from Indiana Jones 5, the entire story, all leaked footage and info pieced together. This was kind of interesting. I almost didn't want to watch it because being a fan of the movies and the franchise, I wanted to wait until the movie came out, but it's always intriguing to me to see the pre-production, during production, you see these behind-the-scenes photos that leak and things like that, and you're like, man, is this movie going to really be good? What's it going to look like? And you'll see here in a second from the trailer. But mostly what I wanted to hone in on is, again, who would have ever thought? I would have never thought to see a 60s Lincoln in an Indiana Jones movie. They are doing some de-aging with Harrison Ford. You'll see that in one of the scenes. But how cool is this? Again, 64. And then what you'll see in this is the second screen, or my second slide here, really just a couple of different frames, if you will, but you can clearly see this is a 65. You can kind of see here, it does, based upon what I had thought, this looks like a convertible. And in the trailer that we're going to watch here in a second, you're going to see they probably had over here, it looks like the footage is coming from back over here. You'll see some kind of balloons and stuff, but for a brief split second in the trailer, you're going to see this 65 convertible. There's motorcycles, there's horses involved. It seems like a pretty cool sequence. This was, of course, all filmed overseas, and if you check out this guy's video here, I'll put a link in the description. You'll get a chance to see a lot more, but I'm going to hit escape, and then I'm going to jump over here, and I have it right to 0 mark. Now, this trailer has went out on a ton of different platforms. I mean, it's everywhere. This has just happened to be IGN movie trailers. So, of course, they want it out there. They want people to see it. 271,000 views in 17 hours. So, since it's kind of a hot topic and I'm a fan and there's a Lincoln, I figured what better way. So, since I'm not going to be able to play the music, we've seen a lot of these aerial and behind-the-scene photos of this stuff taking place. Actually, I don't even think that's Harrison Ford walking there. And I'll try to maybe stop it. But I got a really good feeling, watching this trailer. It brought me back to the 80s when these movies originally came out, and it kind of has a real good feel to it. Let me know what you guys think in the description. Is this going to be a good movie? We see Sala. He's back. There was rumors that he would be back reprising his role. Of course, this is going to come out June of next year. I'm going to let it play once, and then I'll maybe try to backtrack it for a minute. There you see some of the de-aging, which to me looks amazing. Antonio Banderas. Don't know what you guys think, of course, of the title. Let me know what you guys think. And then here's the sequence here. You see one of the classic cars, and then right there, for a brief second, around the 1 minute mark, you see the Lincoln. I got a lot of faith in James Mangold that's going to just make this movie, kind of out of this world. And again, there's a lot of expectations because the last movie maybe isn't a fan favorite of the franchise. I mean, I went to the movies, I saw it, my son was there. I really, I enjoyed it as a moviegoer. Was it my favorite? No, but I think this one, has a lot on its shoulders in terms of being able to come out and, relaunch the franchise, but also potentially end, what our understanding as end the franchise at the same time. So what I'm going to do, I tried doing this last night, watching it through Apple TV. It took me a second because it is so quick. There's just literally a couple frames, but we know it's around the 1 minute mark. And you can see here, based upon the behind scene photos that I had seen, the guy that plays Harrison Ford in these scenes, he might have even been hurt during he was hurt during some of the production. And I remember seeing the behind the scenes stuff, and the guy kind of looks like him from behind with the white hair, but this is clearly, not Harrison Ford, and, that's expected in terms of the way they produce these movies. They did a great job where they filmed, I forget what city this was in the world, but the way they did kind of the ticker tape parade, I thought was pretty awesome. And then how they have the classic cars. So I'm just going to, you see that kind of cool convertible as it slides through there. And then right here, again, where I showed you guys at kind of I'll jump over here. Basically, I think this is the shot that we're getting because you can see he's looking over this way, and I think this is the shot right here because he's on the horse, and then you're going to see the convertible. Obviously, they would have done this numerous times. So you can see right here the convertible Lincoln. How cool is that? And based upon where he's at right here, he's kind of at the rear quarter panel, and you could see, again, they would have, this is where it's blocked off. They would have come down here multiple times and shot this as many times as they needed. But there's plenty of cameramen. If you look, it's always intriguing to me. There's a camera guy up here, and they're everywhere. They want to capture everything they need for the director's request. But you can see the frame there. The horse is passing the Lincoln. Imagine that. And you see it there again for a split second. It's hard to pause it right in time, but you can kind of see it. But yeah, that's the sequence. And gosh, let me see if I can stop it right at it's not easy to stop it right there, but I think you guys see it. That's probably the last frame is probably the best, right around there that you see it right there. There it is. But yeah, this is based upon what I can tell in these screen leaked, images, whatever you want to call it, behind the scenes, BTS, behind the scenes. You basically see the 65 front end there. But again, there is a 64 as well. So we'll have to see in the final movie, what can we see. But I just think it's pretty neat. 65 Lincoln Continental convertible. Again, what do you guys think of the movie title, Dial of Destiny? Obviously, I know there's a lot of folks that aren't fans of what Disney's done with some of these franchises, and I'm a decent Star Wars fan. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan by any means. More Back to the Future, Indiana Jones, The Goonies, things like that. But I'm curious to what everybody thinks. It seems so far, I haven't read a lot of comments, but the comments I read last night on December 1st, they did seem overwhelmingly positive about this trailer. People said, hey, it's giving me that great feeling. I can't wait to see it. I'm going to go see it. I can't wait. Late June 2023, June 30th, I think. So again, 65 Lincoln Continental. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thank you for the support. Check out LincolnAddict.com. You can find ways to listen to Lincoln Addict Podcast. It's free. We got just under 30 episodes out there. You'll learn a lot about these cars, whether you want to one day own one or if you own one today. There's also a lot of content on our YouTube channel here, so check it out. And we'll be talking more about this movie in the future. Everyone, have a great holiday season. We out of here. Peace.
The Lincoln Continental is the big, roomy luxury car. Will be Motordom's symbol of quality. An automobile and a tradition.